Assalamu alaikum, let's explore this Islamic topic together. Hey, so, you know how we were talking about amazing art the other day? Well, I've been delving into Islamic tillwork. And wow, it's seriously captivating. It's way more than just pretty pictures. It's a whole story woven in color and geom, deeply connected to Islamic history and faith. Think about it. Islam, from its very beginnings, placed a huge emphasis on beauty and artists. It's not about rejecting the world, but about seeing God's glory in everything around us. And that reverence for beauty finds spectacular expression in these styles. Imagine vast, shimmering mosques, palaces, and even ordinary houses, all adorned with these incredible, intricate designs. They weren't just decorative, they were statements of faith, reflecting the spiritual values and beliefs of the time. Now, the interesting thing is, unlike, say, Western art that often is on realistic depictions of people or landscapes, Islamic art traditionally steered away from representing living beings in detail. This comes from a deep respect for the oneness of God and the belief that only God can truly create life. So, how do you express beauty and complexity without depicting figures? That's where the magic of geom and abstract patterns comes in. These styles, they're not just haphazardly decorated. The designs are incredibly precise, often complex geometric patterns. Think intricate interwoven stars, mesmerizing tessellations, arabesques that flow and twist like elegant calligraphy, and stunning floral motifs, all perfectly balanced and symmetrical. It's like a visual puzzle, a mathematical marvel that constantly reveals new levels of detail the more you look at it. They're incredibly soothing and meditative, aren't they? And the colors. Oh my goodness. The colors. Think vibrant blues, deep greens, rich oranges, sunny yellows, all these breathtaking hues, often made from natural pigments. The artisans would painstakingly create these shades, often sourcing minerals and plants from far and wide. Each color probably held its own symbolic meaning, too, maybe blue representing the sky and heaven, or green representing paradise. It's like they were painting with light itself. Historically, the development and spread of this art form coincides with the rise and expansion of Islam. As the Islamic empire grew, so did the mastery and complexity of tillwork. From the early examples found in the Middle East, the techniques and styles spread across vast regions. From Spain to Persia, India to North Africa, each region developed its own distinct styles, incorporating local artistic traditions and preferences, while still maintaining that core Islamic aesthetic. You can almost trace the roots of trade and cultural exchange through the evolution of these styles. It's like a living map of history. Think about the skill involved. These aren't mass-produced items. Each individual tile was painstakingly crafted by hand, often by highly skilled artisans who passed down their techniques through generations. They'd start with the clay, carefully shaping and drying it, then applying the glazes and pigments before firing them in kilns. It's that demanded patience, precision, and a deep understanding of materials and techniques. The dedication is astonishing. Moreover, the tiles weren't just used to decorate grand structures. While mosques and palaces are where we find the most spectacular examples, you also find them adorning homes, fountains, and even everyday objects. They were integrated into the everyday life of people, subtly reminding them of the beauty and order of the divine creation. And beyond the purely aesthetic, these tiles often served practical purposes too. The glazed surfaces were durable and waterproof, making them ideal for protecting walls and floors from the elements. In some climates, they helped regulate temperature, keeping the interiors cool in the summer and warm in the winter. So it's a beautiful, functional art form, seamlessly integrating faith, art, and practicality. So, you see, Islamic tilwork isn't just a decorative art. It's a testament to human creativity, religious devotion, and the enduring power of cultural exchange. It's a reflection of a deep spiritual connection to the world, expressed through mathematics, geom, and a vibrant palette. It's a window into a rich history. And it's something that continues to inspire artists and designers even today. It's really something to marvel at, isn't it? I could talk about this for hours. Do you want to see some pictures? I've got a whole folder of stunning examples. Hey, so, you wanna know about Islamic tiles? It's a fascinating story, really. It's not just about pretty pictures. You know, it's deeply intertwined with history, religion, and even math. Imagine the early days. Picture this. It's somewhere in the 7th century, the Islamic Empire is blossoming. Think of sprawling cities like Damascus, Baghdad, Cordoba, absolutely buzzing with activity. Incredible centers of learning and artistic innovation. Now, Islam itself, from the very start, emphasized a deep appreciation for beauty and artists. But it also had a strong prohibition against figural representation, meaning no portraits of people or animals in religious cons. This might sound limiting, but it actually became a huge catalyst for the incredible development of abstract art forms. And that's where our tiles really shine. Think about it, if you can't depict people or animals, what else do? You want patterns, geom, and calligraphy, and those became the very heart and soul of Islamic art, reflected perfectly in the tiles. Initially, they weren't just decorative, you understand. They were incredibly practical. Think about the harsh climates in many parts of the Islamic world, scorching sun, heavy rain. These tiles were essential for protecting buildings, especially mosques, palaces, and madrasas, religious schools. They provided waterproof surfaces, kept the buildings cool, and were far more durable than other materials of the time. But it's not just about functionality. It's about the meaning behind the patterns. They're not random, oh no. Each tile, each pattern, was carefully designed and meticulously crafted. The geom is astonishing. You see these intricate tessellations, these endless repeating designs, complex mathematical formulas, things like stars, polygons, arabesques. They're built on principles of sim and harmony, reflecting a deep understanding of the universe and God's creation, seen as perfectly ordered and balanced. Now, the craftsmen who created these tiles were incredibly skilled. Imagine the precision, the patience, working with clay, glazing it with vibrant colors, firing it in kilns, fitting each individual piece into its place like a giant jigsaw puzzle. It's almost meditative, you know. It required a tremendous level of dedication and artistic mastery. And these weren't just anonymous workers. They were master artisans, passing down their skills and knowledge through generations. Their work was considered a form of worship, a way of expressing their devotion through art. The colors themselves are another story. Think rich, deep blues, vibrant greens, dazzling yellows, warm oranges and reds. These weren't just pretty colors, they had symbolic meaning too. Blue often represented the sky, the divine. Green, life in paradise. Gold, the divine light. The color palette varied across different regions and periods, reflecting local materials and cultural preferences, making each piece uniquely beautiful. And as the Islamic Empire expanded, so did the styles of these tiles. You find regional variations, from the delicate elegance of Iranian tiles to the bold geometric patterns of Moroccan tiles, each with its unique character and charm. Then, consider the calligraphy, the intricate script, often verses from the Quran, woven seamlessly into the designs. It's not just decorative, it's a sacred element, a tangible connection to the faith. It's almost like the words themselves are part of the design, adding another layer of depth and meaning. It's a testament to the deep spiritual connection between faith, art, and everyday life. So, you see, Islamic tiles weren't just a way to decorate buildings. They were an integral part of the culture, reflecting the beliefs, the skills, the artistic genius of generations. They are a powerful testament to the harmonious blending of practicality, artists, mathematics, and faith, which is a truly unique and remarkable aspect of Islamic history and culture. They continue to inspire awe and wonder today, a living legacy of a rich and vibrant past. It's more than just pretty tiles. It's a story of faith, art, and the beautiful expression of a civilization. And that's just the beginning. We could talk for hours about specific styles, techniques, and historical periods, but that's a conversation for another time. Perhaps. Okay, so we've talked about the early stuff with Islamic tiles, the basics, the early influences, how it all started. Now, things get really interesting. We're diving into the heart of the story, the middle chapters of this incredible art form. And honestly, it's where things get breathtaking. Remember how we talked about the prohibition of figural representation in some Islamic traditions? Well, that's where the incredible creativity with geometric patterns and arabesques truly shines. It's not just about filling space, it's about a whole philosophical approach to design. Think of it like this. Instead of depicting the beauty of a flower, they explore the beauty of its underlying structure, the mathematical perfection of its growth. They translate that into these dazzling, intricate patterns. It's almost like a visual prayer, a meditation in form. This period, let's say roughly from the 11th to the 16th centuries, saw an explosion of innovation. We're not just talking about a few basic shapes repeated endlessly. Oh no, we're talking about mind-bending complexity, layering patterns within patterns, creating illusions of depth and movement within a seemingly flat surface. It's like looking into a kaleidoscope that never repeats itself. Imagine, spending years mastering the craft, understanding the geom, the math behind each interlocking piece, to create something so incredibly intricate and beautiful. It's humbling, really, and the scale of some of these projects is astounding. Think of the immense mosques, madrasas, religious schools, palaces, and mausoleums. These weren't just buildings, they were statements of faith, power, and artistic achievement. The tiles weren't just decoration. They were an integral part of the architecture, telling stories, reflecting beliefs, and contributing to the overall spiritual atmosphere. They weren't just stuck on after the building was done, they were planned and executed as an essential element from the very beginning. One thing that fascinates me is how different regions developed their own distinct styles. You'll see vastly different patterns and color palettes depending on where you are. Persian tiles are often known for their vibrant colors, elaborate floral motifs, and a certain luxurious feel. The tiles from Damascus, on the other hand, might be more geometrically edged, with a slightly more restrained palette, perhaps more muted blues and greens. Then you get into the Andalusian style in Spain, which has this unique blend of influences, showing the cultural exchange and the fusion of ideas across different regions. It really highlights how this art form wasn't static. It was constantly evolving, adapting, and being reinterpreted across centuries in geographical locations. The materials themselves are also a fascinating aspect. The types of clay used, the glazes, the firing techniques, all these factors contribute to the unique look and feel of the tiles. Some tiles are incredibly durable, having survived centuries of wear and tear, a testament to the skill of the artisans. Others are more delicate, with subtle variations in color and hue that tell their own stories. You can almost imagine the craftspeople meticulously working with their hands, creating something that would endure, something that would convey a sense of permanence and beauty that transcends time. And it's not just about the visuals. There's a spiritual dimension to it all. The repetition of patterns, the mathematical precision, it's seen as a reflection of the divine order. The harmony of the universe. The intricate designs are not chaotic. They are carefully orchestrated, demonstrating a deep understanding of mathematical principles and a connection to the spiritual realm. The artisans weren't simply creating beautiful objects. They were participating in a sacred act, expressing their faith through their artists. It's a fascinating blend of art, mathematics, and spirituality. So, you see, the middle chapters of our story are filled with an incredible richness and depth. We're talking about centuries of innovation, regional variations, technical mastery, and a profound spiritual undercurrent. It's not just about pretty pictures. It's a complex, multi-layered story of human creativity, faith, and the enduring power of art to express the deepest human aspirations. And the next time you see a picture of these tiles, I hope you'll see more than just pretty patterns, you'll see a reflection of history, faith, and the incredible skill of the artisans who created them. We could spend hours talking about specific examples and detailing the techniques. But even this brief overview hopefully gives you a taste of the intensity and beauty of it all. Okay, so we're almost at the end of our little journey through the amazing world of Islamic tiles. Right? It's been fascinating, hasn't it? Thinking about all that artists, the intricate geom, and how deeply it's all connected to faith. It's really something. So, how did we wrap things up? Well, we didn't just end with a bang. It was more like a gentle, satisfying sigh, leaving you feeling completely awestruck. Remember how we started talking about the sheer historical importance of these tiles? Well, the conclusion really hammered that home. It wasn't just about pretty pictures, it was about understanding a pivotal period in history. We talked about how these tiles weren't just decorative elements. They were a powerful way of expressing faith and culture, a visual testament to a flourishing civilization. Think about it. Mosques, palaces, madrasas, schools, even private homes, all adorned with these stunning creations. They weren't just slapped on as an afterthought. They were integral to the design and function of the buildings. The placement of each tile, the patterns they formed, even the colors chosen, all carried meaning. It wasn't accidental, it was deliberate, symbolic. The whole thing was a collaborative effort, a community project in a way, with master artisans, skilled craftsmen, and even patrons, all contributing to these incredible works of art. The end section really emphasized how these tiles reflected the intellectual and spiritual climate of the time. We touched upon the importance of geom in Islamic thought, not just as a mathematical pursuit but as a pathway to understanding the divine. Remember how we talked about those repeating patterns, those intricate tessellations? They're not just aesthetically pleasing. They're a visual representation of the infinite nature of God. a constant reminder of the underlying order and harmony of the universe. And the colors. Oh my gosh! The colors. The vibrant blues, the rich greens, the warm oranges and yellows, they weren't randomly chosen. They often symbolized different aspects of faith, or reflected the natural world, connecting the human realm to the divine. For example, blue could represent the sky and heavens, green, paradise, and so on. Each color held a symbolic weight, adding another layer to the overall message. The concluding part also explored the different styles and techniques used across different regions and time periods. It wasn't a uniform style, it evolved and adapted, reflecting the cultural nuances of each location. From the geometric precision of the early Abbasid period to the more floral and naturalistic designs of later eras, we saw the breathtaking diversity within this artistic tradition. We saw how the tiles acted as a kind of visual diary, chronicling the cultural and artistic shifts across centuries and empire. It was really amazing to see the artist blossom and grow, taking on new forms but always retaining its core identity. The presentation didn't just stop at the artistic and historical aspects either. We also delved into the techniques used to create these incredible tiles. Imagine the skill and dedication required to cut, shape, glaze, and fire these tiny pieces of art, often working with materials that weren't always easy to handle. The sheer precision required to create those complex geometric patterns is astounding. It underscored the immense skill and dedication of the artisans, many of whom remain unsung heroes in the story of Islamic art. And then, towards the very end, we talked about the legacy of Islamic tiles. They are more than just historical artifacts, they continue to inspire artists and designers today. Their influence can be seen in modern architecture, fashion, and even graphic design. The enduring appeal of their intricate patterns and vibrant colors is undeniable. The conclusion really emphasized how these styles, created centuries ago, continue to resonate with us today, proving the timeless beauty and enduring power of art and faith. It wasn't a dry, academic conclusion either. It was a celebration of human creativity, a testament to the power of faith expressed through art, and a recognition of a remarkable cultural legacy that continues to enrich our world. It left you with a feeling of profound respect for the artisans, the faith, and the enduring beauty of Islamic tile work. Honestly, it made me want to go visit a museum and see these incredible pieces in person. What did you think? Okay, so you're asking what Islamic tiles, the art, the geom, the whole shebang, actually mean to Muslims today, right? It's not just pretty pictures. You know, it goes way deeper than that. Think about it. Islamic art, especially in things like tiles, blossomed during a period of incredible intellectual and artistic flourishing. We're talking about a time when the Islamic world was a center for learning, a place where scholars from all over were translating ancient Greek, developing new mathematical concepts, and pushing the boundaries of art and architecture. And those stunning tile mosaics? They were a huge part of that story. Imagine walking into a mosque, a madrasa, a religious school, or even a wealthy person's home. Back then, you wouldn't just see walls. You'd see breathtaking displays of intricate designs, swirling patterns, geometric shapes, calligraphy that seems to dance across the surface. It wasn't just decoration, it was a visual expression of faith. The thing about Islamic art is that it generally avoids depictions of living beings, particularly humans and animals. This isn't because Muslims didn't appreciate the beauty of nature. Rather, it stems from a theological emphasis on avoiding idolatry. The shifted to the beauty of abstract forms, the precision of geometric patterns, and the power of calligraphy, the beautiful writing of the Quran and other religious s. So, the tiles become this incredible medium. They're a way of expressing the divine through mathematics and artists. Think about it. The perfect sim, the endless repeating patterns, it's visually representing the infinite nature of God. The complex geom, often repeating units like stars, hexagons, and octagons, reflects the order and harmony believed to be inherent in the universe, a kind of visual reminder of God's perfect creation. And then there's the calligraphy, often incorporated into the tile work. These aren't just random words. They're verses from the Quran, names of God, or other significant religious phrases. It's like the art itself is whispering messages of faith and devotion. Reading those words, even if you don't understand Arabic, you sense their power and beauty, their connection to something larger than yourself. Now, how does this relate to Muslims today? Well, on a purely aesthetic level, these tiles are still breathtaking. They remain of inspiration for artists, architects, and designers even today. You see echoes of those patterns in modern art, in fashion, even in everyday objects. It's a legacy that continues to resonate. But beyond the aesthetic, there's a deeper spiritual connection. For many Muslims, these tiles serve as a powerful reminder of their heritage, of a golden age of Islamic civilization. Looking at them, they're not just admiring art, they're connecting with their history, with the faith of their ancestors. It's also of pride. These tiles weren't just created in some far-off land. They were made by skilled artisans, often anonymously, who poured their faith and talent into their work. To see their artists preserved and celebrated is of immense pride and inspiration for modern Muslims. They represent a level of dedication and skill that continues to be admired and strived for. Furthermore, the mathematical precision and the abstract beauty in Islamic tile work can serve as a meditation on the divine. The repetitive patterns, the intricate designs, can be a for contemplation, a way to quiet the mind and connect with something deeper. It's a sort of visual prayer, a silent conversation with God through the medium of art. And finally, let's not forget the social aspect. Many mosques and historical sites adorned with these tiles serve as community centers, places of gathering and worship. The tiles themselves are part of the shared experience, the communal history. They're a visual link to generations past, binding communities together through their shared faith and artistic heritage. So, Islamic tiles, art, geom, and faith, isn't just a title. It's a living testament. It's a story woven into tiles. A story of faith, artists, and the enduring legacy of Islamic civilization. It's a reminder of the power of art to express the inexpressible, to connect us to something bigger than ourselves, and to bridge the gap between past and present. And that's a message that continues to resonate powerfully with Muslims today, enriching their lives in ways both spiritual and profoundly personal. It's a conversation, a legacy, and a continuing of inspiration. Goodbye. May Allah bless us all. That's our discussion for today.